Jnana Drishti is the least, 25%. You remember the last chart? We said that 25% is negligible, no power at all, because it doesn't have Jnana. It can follow what you have to do. It can do what we say Gadha Majuri, donkey's work.
Hello Jyotisha lovers, in this video we are going to understand the concept of Graha Drishti, the importance of how planets interact with each other, and more importantly how the karmas flow within each other. Does Ketu have a Drishti? We are going to understand. Does Rahu have a Drishti? And if yes, does it have a straight Drishti or does it have a retrograde Drishti? These are few of the questions we are going to address with example charts. So sit back, enjoy, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Click on the bell icon to ensure that whenever we upload the video or we put up any announcement, you are the first ones to know and you just don't miss out on the free sessions that we are giving up. If you are somebody who wants to learn advanced Jyotish and wants to get into any of the advanced astrology courses that we are conducting, please message us on the WhatsApp number and the email ID of the help desk. There are some courses which are coming up and you can surely be considered. So enjoy. Thank you so much for your time and all the questions in the comment section after going through all the videos. Thank you.
Now, this diagram on the right hand side is what I want you all to remember always. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you the different aspects, right? Some of you was asking me last week, does Rahu have an aspect or Ketu have an aspect or how does it work? We are going to talk about it in detail today. Okay, so let us first understand about how Saturn is going to give the aspect. Okay, so Shani, as you know, has got 100% aspect. Let me give you a spotlight. Okay, now Shani, as you understand, has got 100% aspect on this 3rd house and 10th house, right? Karma and Kama, you know that. Now, I want you to remember this diagram. Okay, now in this diagram, if you remember, here is Saturn. So Saturn has got 100% aspect on the 3rd house and 10th house. Now with every planet, you have to start going upwards. Now, when you go upwards from Saturn, there is nothing. In that case, you come down. Okay, so when it comes to the 7th house aspect from Saturn, here is the Kama Drishti. It has got 75% aspect. Yeah, from 100 we'll go to 75% on the 7th house. Why? Because this is the Kama Drishti here we are talking about. Surya, Moon, Venus and Mercury. Okay, after that we go one level higher. Mars has a Raksha Drishti of 4th and 8th. So 50% aspect is on the 4th house and 8th house, which is the Raksha Drishti of Mangal. Okay, after that we go a notch higher, which is Jupiter. Jupiter has Jnana Drishti 5th and 9th, but here it is only 25%, right? We went from 100 to 75 to 50 to 25%. So Saturn has got least aspect on Jnana Drishtis. The Jnana Drishti is the least, 25%. You remember the last chart? We said that 25% is negligible, no power at all. So that's why he is the donkey king, right? That's why Saturn is called as Manda. That's why Saturn is said to be in Marana Karaka when in Lagna. Why? Because it doesn't have Jnana. It can follow what you have to do. It can do what we say Gadha Majuri, donkey's work. But it can't do smart work. Why? Because of this logic. It has the least Jnana Drishti. It doesn't know. Whereas if you see, it has got a lot of Kama Drishti. So Saturn is like that old man, who is out of his prime, but yet has lot of desires. A lot of things are happening in his mind. There is a big bedroom in his mind where he is playing everything. He is doing a lot of things. When it comes to physicality, maybe he can't do anything, right? And that's why they say it's like a pervert. Saturn is in matters of seventh house not clean. There is a desire. There is a little bit of dirty desire. It's like that old man, who wants to sort of sleep with a girl who is his daughter's age. That's shunning, and that's why he's the sinner, right? Because as much as people might feel he's old, or that seventh house is something that interests him a lot, so he has not given up on the seventh house, right? After that, he has got a little bit desire about the Raksha Drishti and the least of Jnana Drishti, but the biggest is the ability to work. The third house is also Guru Jnana. Third house is also said to be as a house of Guru Padesha. Okay, at the same time, it is also a house of sexuality. So if you are not able to hear the Guru Padesha, then it becomes a house of sexuality. Otherwise, it's Mercury. It's all about writing. If you hear the Guru Upadesha, you will do a lot of writing. You will take your notes. If you have a problem, third house is your ears, right? Third and 11th house. So if you don't hear to your Guru, if you don't hear to what is being said to you or what is being taught to you, in that case, you can make a mockery in the third house. But the one thing that Saturn can do, like no one else's business, is work hard. Okay, hence he has the super 100% drishti on the 10th house of work, or 10th house from where he is. Okay, you'll understand. It's little tough, for those of you who are hearing it for the first time and who are so used to hearing that, hey, every planet has an aspect only on the 7th house. This is like a shock, but this is a new learning for you. You need to learn, right? So after Saturn, let us understand a little bit about Jupiter, Guru, right? So Guru is over here. We will follow the same logic like we have done before. Okay. So first thing is 5th and 9th house, Jnana, it is 100%. Okay. Now, like the rule that we followed before, go on the top one notch higher, Saturn. So 75% drishti, after 100% comes 75%. We keep on reducing 25%, or you can say 4 pada, 3 pada, 2 pada, 1 pada, whatever suits you. Yeah. So after 100% comes 75%, which is Saturn drishti, which is the 3rd and 10th house. So Guru has got 75% drishti on the 3rd house and the 10th house from where it is. Okay. Now, after that, we go up. There's nothing up, so we come down. So Jupiter has got 75% interest in the 7th house of karma or rebirth. After that comes Mangal. So Mangal, Guru, is least interested in protecting you. So what do we understand from Guru's drishti? It is 100% willing to give you a lot of knowledge. Okay. After that, it is ready to give you Upadesh. It is ready to work hard also. Not like Saturn, but next to Saturn. Right? 75% is good enough. It knows how to work. That Ichha is there and he is ready to work. But as far as his knowledge is concerned, his best knowledge is in the 5th and 9th house, your past and present. Okay, the spirituality, dharma, everything to associated with 9th and 5th house. Okay, after Saturn, we go to this 7th house. So it has got Kamadrishti also, 50% interested in matters of sexuality, marriage, etc. So it has Ichha, and it is willing to marry. That's why they say when Guru is in Lagna, the problem is that, there will be more than one marriage. Why? Because this is there. Right? Now, the least is the Mangala Drishti, which is the 4th and 8th house. So Guru is least interested in protection, because what will it protect you with? It has just got a rosary, it has just got a mala. So that is the only way Guru is going to protect you with. Okay. Now comes Mangal. So let us understand Mangal. So Mangal has got Raksha Drishti, 4th and 8th house, 100% Drishti. Okay. After that, it goes a little up, which is Jupiter. So Mangal has got 75% Jnana Drishti. So Mangal has got great understanding and always wants to learn, like a Jupiter. So it is just 25% less. So Mangal can also be a good teacher. Very good, because it's been a good student. Okay. Then above Jupiter is Saturn. So it has got 50% on 3rd and 10th house, from where it is, karma and kama. Whereas it is least in the 7th house, from there you will go here. So Mangal is the planet which technically is least interested in marriage. Hence Mangal in Lagna is a Mangalika Yoga. You remember? Least interested in marriage, least interested in sexuality. So a true warrior, that's why he is not happy in marriage. That's why it is not interested in marriage. Right? But it has got a lot of interest in Jnana. It is okay to do hard work, but again, it has to be told what is to be done. Okay, very important. Okay, now let us understand the other planets. Other planets are Sun, Moon, the interior planets. You remember the chart before we were talking about Sun, Moon, Venus and Mercury, the Karakas for the interior. Okay, now they have got the Kama Drishti, 7th house of rebirth, 100%. So 7th, from wherever these planets are, they are very much interested. It is their business. Right? 100%. Hence these planets are associated. See, these two are Rajas planet, right? Mercury and Buddha. And Surya and Chandra are more of Sattva. So still, they are causing a lot of rebirth. Okay. Or 7th house, marriage, relationship, sexuality, ghar basado. So it is either a very good objective or a very sort of a rajasic sort of a thing, because 7th house is also finances, right? It's money and honey, both in the 7th house, right? So very important. After that, you go a little up. So these planets have got 75% or Tripada Drishti on the 4th house and the 8th house, which is the Raksha houses. That means these planets are willing to protect you, right? After that comes Jupiter. So these planets have got 50% or Tupada Drishti on the 5th and the 9th house. Okay. Interesting. And then, when you go a little up, they have got one Pada Drishti, which is of Saturn on the 3rd and the 10th house. So when it comes to these other planets, they are like happy-go-lucky, not interested in too much working. Surya is the king, Chandra is the queen, Shukra says I have a lot of money, Mercury says I'm too young. So they have least interest in working, so to say. Right? So very important. 10th from them is the least. That's why 10th from Surya becomes a very weak house. Whereas Surya in the 10th house is superb. So there is a difference between both. Okay. So what I want you is to sort of take a little time, freeze the screen and understand it again, and I'll give you 10 minutes to sort of observe this, and then we will go to the other slides.
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so you get a knack of the whole main planets, at least except for Rahu and Ketu. And it is important to understand that when a planet is retrograde, the drishti doesn't change, right? It is not that, when a planet is retrograde, the left eye becomes the right eye and right eye becomes the left eye. Okay? Or when a planet is retrograde, then, let's say Shani in Lagna is retrograde, then it will aspect the third house from the Lagna and the 10th house, as well as the third house and 10th house from the 7th house. That doesn't work. Okay, so retrogression is a different concept, and it is more associated with the ichha of the planet rather than anything else. Okay, so let's not confuse with that. Okay, so more or less things are clear on this part. The interior planets are, as we discussed before, are more of your home environment, right? That's the reason why Surya, Chandra, Shukra and Buddha are the interior karakas, because these are the 4 planets which are in a way telling you to lead your life, telling you to make karmas, not telling you to run to the mountains. Now inside it is obviously the hidden agenda that, hey, there are going to be karmas. Now once there are going to be karmas, obviously there is going to be rebirth. So all those things are very, very important. Okay.
Namaste Jyotisha lovers, I hope you loved the video, and if you have any questions, please write down on the comment section. If you are somebody who is new to the concept and wants to learn advanced Jyotish, you might enroll for a lot of our courses which are coming up. Simultaneously, apart from subscribing to the channel, you can also share the videos on your Facebook and other social media platforms, because you don't know if there might be somebody else who is actually looking forward to the knowledge, and you might be the one who can end up helping that particular soul reach the right objective. So take care of yourself and keep learning Jyotish. And as I always say, knowledge is an ocean. Start swimming.